welcome back to the channel. It's been a little bit, but last video was ranting about the Leafs, so yeah, that was an emotionally charged video. This one isn't. Well, this one's gonna be emotionally charged for positivity, not negativity. First off, graduated yesterday, so I don't have to worry about school anymore. So videos should come out more regularly, hopefully. We'll see where this channel goes. Vancouver given a PWHL team. That's what this video is going to be about. I'm going to look at the players that they got from the signing window and from the expansion draft that happened on like the day, like on the 9th, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, so yeah, we got, out of the signings and the draft, we have 7 forwards, we've got 4 defensemen, and we have 1 goalie. And everything else will be filled, all the other like roles and stuff will be filled out by the regular draft that happens in, I don't know when the draft actually happens. I should look at that. But yeah, we're going to look at the roster thus far, see who we have, see if we should be contending, see if it's going to be like keep your expectations on the ground. But yeah, so going over some key names. On forward, we were able to get Sarah Nurse. We signed her. Me, I'm a huge Nurse fan. My whole family is a huge Sarah Nurse fan. Not so much of the other one of Darnell Nurse, but that's a whole other topic for a whole other video. Yeah, so we got Sarah Nurse, who was injured last year for a little bit, or last season. She was injured for a little bit, but if there's anything to really go off of, she's a good player. She's always been a good player. She has Olympic gold. She has a bunch of world championship gold or silver. I mean, the world championships and Olympics for women in hockey might as well just skip the round. Well, they should just put Canada and the US into the finals and then just have everyone else play a little bit of round robin, because there's like rarely an occasion where you don't see Canada or the US in the finals, and often it's those two together. So rivalry in female hockey between the US and Canada is alive and well. Speaking of like national teams and stuff, we have players that have played for the national team. We've got Sarah Nurse, or for Canada, US, and Czechia. Sarah Nurse for Canada, Claire Thompson for Canada, and our goalie, Mashmeyer. And we, like, the fact that we have a national team player at forwards, defense, and our goalie, it's a pretty good sign that we got an A-OK roster. So Sarah Nurse, as I mentioned, was a little bit injured last year. She played 21 out of 30 possible games. She had 14 points, and that was 8 assists and 6 goals. So one thing to keep in mind is that the PWHL, from what I've seen, what I've heard, and all that kind of stuff, it's a relatively low-scoring league. So you may hear like a low point total. We also have to keep in mind that this is 30 games and not 82 like we're kind of used to with the NHL. So the points are going to be a little bit lower. So yeah, Sarah Nurse with 14 points in 21 games. With a fully healthy season, she should be fine. Looking at, and then another one of our signees on forward, Jennifer Gardner, who played for Montreal. Sarah Nurse played for Toronto last year. Gardner, she played the full 30 games, and I think all the games in playoffs. And in the regular season, keep in mind all these stats are in regular season. So Gardner had 18 points, 5 goals, 13 assists. And one little cute little like kind of storyline or like a cute little thing is that Jennifer Gardner, she is from Surrey. That's where I live right now. And she played for the Surrey Falcons, and I got the Surrey Falcons hoodie because I played for them too. So yeah, she hometown kid. It's gonna be fun. It's probably like I heard a few interviews and she sounds extremely excited because I mean, long time ago, or not that long ago, we didn't have this kind of league to look at. So her thing was, oh, I'm gonna be a Vancouver Canuck when she was young, and now she gets to play for a women's hockey team in her hometown, and I think that's pretty cool. And also just having some like a hometown kid on her team is like a really, really good thing. So the people here can connect with that anyway. And then we got a bunch of like depth-ish pieces. I mean, I didn't see all these girls play this past season, so I can't give an accurate scouting report on all of them. All I have to go off of is their points and the games that they played. But one girl who did stand out to me, Brooke McQuickie, or McQuickie. That's a funky last name in a good way. Like McQuickie, I think it is. One name that's gonna give me fits throughout the season is a Dennis not Kurashev. I don't know how to pronounce the last name. It's a Czech last name. I should do my research into learning how to pronounce that so I can be a little bit better with knowing this team. So that's forwards. We got a pretty healthy forward group. Like there's a lot of 29 and 30. The only one who didn't play at least 29 games was Sarah Nurse, and that was with 21 games. So we got a healthy forward group. Switching over to the defense, we got Claire Thompson, Sophie Jacques, Ashton Bell, and Sydney Bard. Keep in mind, I don't know how to pronounce all these names properly yet, so bear with me. Our top scoring defenseman and also our top scoring person on the team thus far is Sophie Jacques with 22 points in 25 games. So that's good for the back end, and so we know that we're getting some production from the defense and not just the forwards. And so Claire Thompson and Sophie Jacques, we both signed. They're both from Minnesota. One thing I will make note of is that we've got 4 Minnesota Frost players, or we're Minnesota Frost now. They are Vancouver PWHL. We don't know what the name's gonna be. I don't expect us to have a name by the start of the season, but who knows? I'm on the Valkyrie train, or having it the Orcas. I don't know how much connection we want with the Canucks, but I just have that out there. Yeah, so the Minnesota players, we got, one thing I like about them is that they're winners. There is two-time champions with the Minnesota Frost, which the Minnesota Frost are the only team that has 1 championships in this league. So they know what it takes to win, and that's important, because if you don't know how to win, you will not really win. And Ashton Bell on our defense, she came from Ottawa, and so she was in the finals this past season, so she knows what it's like to go through the loss in a finals. That's what I'm putting an emphasis on. It's the finals, not the first round. I know that it's only 2 rounds, but playoffs are playoffs regardless. More experience you have, the better. And so she's the first overall pick in the expansion draft. I don't know, what they were thinking, but I think it was strategic on the end of trying to make their opponents weaker, by taking a few depth players. Yeah, so that's her defense. And Ashton Bell also had 3 goals, 3 assists for 6 points in 27 games, which I wouldn't call concerning, but more of a depth player, in my opinion. Now we go on to goalies, or goalie. We have Mashmeyer, who, like Sarah Nurse, was injured last season. She had 18 games played, 6 wins, and 10 total losses, and a save percentage of 0.913, which, if you've seen any of my content before, if you looked at the WHL playoff previews, I kind of went more into depth about save percentages and all that kind of stuff. That's typically a pretty solid, good save percentage. Along with her goals against average, which is a 2.58. So she's a pretty good goalie. She's also, when she's healthy, she's one of the starters for Canada at the World Championships. So once again, we got national team players on our team, which is a good sign. And yeah, she was one of our signees. So we got one in the signing period. We got 2 good defensemen, we got 2 good forwards, and we got a great goaltender. And so, yeah, this roster thus far is looking to be competitive, and I think that that's probably a good thing, so the fans can get into it or get into the team early. And one thing I will note, the reason why Vancouver most likely got the expansion team was because when the PWHL did their takeover tour last season, I went to a bunch of different neutral side games where they just went to arenas across North America or Canada and the US to see what the markets are like. And Vancouver had the biggest turnout out of all of them. And I'm proud to say I was one of those people in that building for that game, which was an exciting game for me because before the Vancouver expansion team was announced, I still kind of am a Montreal fan. And I mean, it's kind of hard to cheer against Poulin and Stacy because they are some good players. And Poulin is out of all the hockey players in the world, this includes Sidney Crosby, this includes Connor McDavid, Marie-Philippe Poulin is my favorite player. Out of all the hockey guys or hockey players, this includes goalies too, she's my favorite. So being able to see her in person was so cool. So yeah, that's our roster right now. I will put on screen, maybe in front of the little laptop, full list and points. You can screenshot that and take a look at it and refer it to your friends, because this is an exciting team, this is an exciting time, and I am hoping to be there for opening night. And yeah, so yeah, that's our roster, that's the breakdown. I am hoping that we have a good competitive team. It's shaping up to be like that. And yeah, so I'm gonna be flip-flopping around leagues, I think, because I'm gonna be looking at the Vancouver PWHL team. I'm gonna look at the PWHL as a whole. I'm gonna look at the NHL, and I'm gonna touch on some junior stuff. Junior stuff is probably gonna be a little bit more frequent just because of the accessibility for me to go to Giants games and stuff like that. So yeah, I think I'm gonna do a few more videos soon touching on all those leagues. So if there's a certain video you want, comment box is there for a reason, and please like the video and subscribe, because I want to be able to do more of these, and it's a pretty exciting time. So thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.